Hello there, and welcome to the Puffin podcast. I'm your host, Jake Thomas, and laying here beside me is Kita, the elk cow. Kita had a rough day yesterday. She had to go to the vet for her annual checkup and vaccines. She does not like the vet. She has those people completely fooled on her personality. She goes to the vet and she just kind of hides behind me. Like she acts like she doesn't like people. She's afraid of them. But really, she likes to bark at everything she sees. When she's at home, she sees a person, she starts to bark. She gets excited, wants to run and jump up on them. But oh no, we go to the vet and she doesn't want to see anybody. Like she becomes this little shy little dog. And I don't get it. I'm like, Kita, you shouldn't be shy at the vet. They're going to give you treats. Like, they give her cheese and treats to distract her while they give her shots. But no, she doesn't want to take their food. I don't get it, Kita. But it went good. It was a good, quick visit. Probably the quickest I've ever been able to do a vet visit. They got her in and out really quick yesterday. I was amazed. But she got to ride in the truck, which she loves. And she enjoyed getting to ride in the truck. I got a good little silly selfie with her, so that was good. And yeah, it was a good little visit. Usually they lecture us on Kita's weight. They didn't do that this year, so that's good. I mean, she was down a few pounds from last year, so yeah, that's good. So we'll just keep on with this diet dog food that we got for her, and she'll get back down to a healthy weight pretty soon, I think. So that's good. And so this week I've decided to start something different. I've started doing a blog on my website to help complement the podcast. So I'm going to start trying to give that a try. Looking at doing that like twice a week probably. And some of it may overlap podcasts, some of it may not. So we'll kind of see where that goes. And this initial blog post I titled Smelling Musical Memories. And it's not necessarily how it sounds, but it is. I mean, if you listen to the title, Smelling Musical Memories, it might sound like I'm talking about what musical instruments might smell like and how I remember them, but that is not what it's about. It's actually about how both music and smells affect memories, kind of. For me, those are two things that make memories stand out a lot, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Just really brief little post, not very long at all, but just kind of talking about how, for me, music really makes memories stand out more if there's music associated with it. And kind of the same thing with smells. If you don't know, I have a very terrible sense of smell. Like, my sense of smell is really out of whack. Like, I basically don't have a sense of smell. And I haven't for like 5 or 6 years. And occasionally, like, my nose will clear up and I can smell for like a week. And that's about it. I get like a week a year that I can smell. So, with that being said, I can still smell certain smells when I'm like thinking about a particular memory. Like, when I'm thinking about something and like there's a strong smell, like at the original time, like I can smell it again. So it's kind of weird that I can smell in my memory, but I can't actually smell. So that's kind of interesting, but yeah, that's kind of what this blog's about. I give a couple examples in the blog, so that's good. That was interesting. And kind of what prompted me to talk about that in the blog, and I didn't really go into this in the blog at all, but was when I was in Arkansas for my dad's funeral. One night, me and my brother and some of his friends that knew my dad, along with our spouses, we all went out one night, and at one of the bars we were at, the guy that was providing music that night let my brother come up and play a few songs, and like each song he played, like I'm sure he did it on purpose, was stuff that was really connected to my dad, and it really brought back a lot of emotion at the time. But I've been kind of thinking about that, and just like, there's a lot of times where I hear one particular song, and like it takes me back 20 years, and I'm thinking about, man, I'm like right back to where I was 20 years ago when I first heard this song, or it was associated with just like a particular trip that we were on, and it played a lot, and so I kind of forgot about stuff, but then I hear a song and it's like, oh man, I totally forgot that I did this or that. That's kind of interesting. And then kind of same thing with smells. Like if it happens during like the 1 week a year that I can smell, or back when I could smell, like there are certain things that I would smell, and like it would jog my memory, and like I'd be somewhere else for a couple seconds thinking about it. But like if I think about certain things or look at a picture and it reminds me of something, I can smell that again. Like if I ever think about my great grandmother's house, I can smell her kitchen. Like that smell will never leave my brain. And so yeah, that's kind of what that blog post is about. It's up and going. So you want to check out that? It's on my website, PotenPuffin.com, or I'll be posting links on social media as well. And so this week has been pretty cool. It's nice. Thursday, Calson went to the beach with my mother-in-law, and so me and Brandy were able to kind of go out and do our own thing, and we actually just drove out to a different beach, a lot further away, but that was a lot of fun. We got out there, so we drove out, we got to the beach, and we're walking it, and Brandy ended up collecting a lot of seashells off the beach. She's going to get one of her friends to make some jewelry out of it, I believe. So that's interesting. That's cool. But yeah, it was a good time. It was kind of a stressful day that day. I don't remember why, but we were kind of just stressing each other. We were both kind of just hitting each other's like little marks that kind of agitate us. So it was good for us to get out and just clear our minds and do it together. So it kind of resets us. But yeah, it was a little chillier than I thought it was going to be. Because it's been getting kind of warm here. Like, there's been like a couple times this week where like I've put on my jacket and like walked out, and I'm like walking to my car, and I'm like, oh man, maybe I should have worn a jacket today. It's pretty hot, and then I had to turn the AC on in the truck. Yeah, and so I thought it was gonna like that yesterday because the sun was out, and I didn't think about it that we're going to a beach where we're right on the water, so it's gonna be colder. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna wear my jacket. I'm just gonna wear a long, like a 3/4 sleeve shirt, like baseball style tee. And we got there, and I was really cold. Yep. And so it's like we didn't stay out there too long, just long enough to like walk to the end of the beach and back. But it was a good time. It's always cool collecting the seashells and like looking through, finding which ones we want to keep and which ones we're gonna leave for nature. And yeah, and then Calson's been really getting into using Play-Doh this week, which is cool. I like that because Play-Doh is a lot of fun. I still like messing with Play-Doh. I like it. It helps keep the mind, creative stuff flowing. It helps, him using his imagination. I found it odd. He made me make a foot with the Play-Doh the other day. Like, why do you want me to make a foot? I don't know. But he watched Raya in The Last Dragon, what was that, last week or the week before? I don't remember. And he's become obsessed with that movie. And so he's been trying to get me to make the dragon from that movie out of Play-Doh. And I'm like, kid, I can't make a full-blown dragon out of Play-Doh. Like, I like Play-Doh, but I don't have the Play-Doh skills to be making a dragon. And so he ended up making me make a foot instead of the dragon. I don't know. Yeah, but it was kind of interesting. And then like I left it on the table, and Brandy's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's a foot." She's like, "Why is there a foot?" I'm like, "Because that's what your son wanted me to make for him." And yeah. And then I don't remember what happened. I remember it was while we were using. No, we'd come in his room to clean up a little bit because his room is a disaster. Like it always looked like there's a tornado just hit it. And even after we pick it up, it doesn't seem like it takes long for it to get back that way. But we're in his room, and I'm like trying to help him pick up, and like I think I kicked one of his scooters, and then something fell on my foot, and I dropped the F bomb, and he just looks at me, and he's like, "Dad, you don't say that. That's a Deadpool word. Only Deadpool can say that." And then like I've started like noticing every time like this week that I've like said something that's like considered like a curse word or a bad word, or even like some like replacement words for those, he stopped me and he's like, "Those are Deadpool words." And I'm like, I like it that in his mind they're not curse words, they're not bad words, they're Deadpool words. And the reason he doesn't get to say them is just because they're only for Deadpool to say. I'm like, hey, that, that's an interesting look on it, kid. But as long as you're not out in public using those words, I don't care what your reasoning behind it is. Just, yeah, don't be like me. Don't be out there cursing at school, kid. Even though you're not in school yet, you will be. He will be soon, because he'll be 5 this fall. So I think he'll be starting school this fall, or he might miss the cutoff. I don't know, but he'll at least be doing preschool, if not. And I don't want him going there and using curse words. So if he's using it, his reason for not saying them is because they're reserved for Deadpool to say. Hey, that's cool. Whatever reason. Yeah, he's 4 and he loves to watch Deadpool. I like Deadpool. So I don't know if he got it from me or from my mother-in-law. One of us showed him Deadpool, and now he tries to watch it whenever he's alone. He'll like steal the remote and try and put on Deadpool. If not Deadpool, then he's watching some kind of paranormal show. He'll watch like Ghost Adventures or The Woods Are Haunted or some kind of Bigfoot hunting show. But yeah, he calls them Deadpool words. I find that hilarious. And then, it's been a struggle this week because we ran out of laundry soap, and Brandy is very particular about what laundry soap gets used. And so we can't use any of the stuff they sell on the island. We have to order the special laundry soap for her because her skin's really sensitive. And so we've gone like a week without laundry, and then we finally got the laundry soap in, and it's been like non-stop laundry, and like Brandy and her mom arguing about the laundry machine and who's using it and how much soap needs to be used. But the soap that she uses is like super concentrated, so you don't use very much. And then it's like my mother-in-law, she'll like wash like 2 items of clothes at once, and then she'll like leave it all day, and it's like it really irritates me. But it's like she'll like wash 2 items of clothing, leave, then come home between jobs, take it out, and put 2 more items of clothing. I'm like, you can wash more than just 2 shirts at once, like. And then meanwhile, me, I'm not getting to do my laundry because everyone else is doing laundry, and so like, I finally got to do it this morning. It's like I had like 2 weeks worth of laundry, and usually I do it every week, but I missed out last week before the laundry soap ran out because everyone was doing laundry on my days off, so I missed my laundry day. But yeah, so that's been kind of like a little comical thing here, running out of the laundry soap, and now everyone's like mad dashing for the laundry machine now that we got it back. So yeah, that's been kind of what's been going on here, and that's gonna be it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe drop a review. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you on the social media if you want. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Puffin. If you're into watching my little drawings that get posted on Instagram get made while you listen to the podcast, just check it out on YouTube. I got the podcast set to hyperlapse videos of those puffins being drawn. If you're like Calson and like to watch them, check out the podcast on YouTube. And yeah, don't forget to check out my Facebook page for links for everything. You can check out the blog post there or go to potentpuffin.com and then just go to the blog section. And I've got my Etsy shop with all the coffee mugs up and going, so if you want a Potent Puffin coffee mug, just check that out. And if you just really enjoy the podcast and want to help me out, follow the tip jar link and leave a tip if you feel so inclined. And I will catch you all next week.